Welcome everybody to Final Fantasy XIII. This is a game that I've been trying to finish for a good couple of years now. I got it when it came out on the 360, and it came with 3 discs. As most Final Fantasies, they usually come out with multiple discs because they're, I guess, really expansive. And I got all the way through to the 3rd disc, and then I just kind of, I guess, stopped playing, and I kind of forgot about it. I still have the discs. And then I started playing again a good year and a half later. I started a new game because I didn't want to just pick up where I left off and then just kind of go through the whole thing again and not know what's going on. So I just started a new game. And when I went through that, it pretty much was the same where I got to the 3rd disc, and I just stopped playing because there were new games coming out, I guess, and I wanted to play that, and I just kind of forgot about it. So what happens later is about a little over a year ago, when I moved into the apartment, I got the discs back out and I started a new game, and I made it all the way to the 3rd disc and I stopped again. So I figured the Steam sale was on and this was here, so I figured I'd get it on the PC, I'd record it a bit, and let's see if recording it would give me the motivation to continue on and do the whole thing. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do here. I'm just gonna try and record as much as I can and see what happens, because I'm gonna try my best not to stop. There's no discs. There's no disc. I'm hoping that's gonna be a good factor. There's no discs. It's all just one big old game now. So, with that little background story, let's hop right into it. First, I'm gonna change some settings. I want it to be standard. I don't need any of that as other stuff. Speaker names will be on. Will be normal. It's not slow, that would take too long. I want it to say controllers whenever it tells me to do stuff. Other than that, I think it's good. So without further ado, we'll just hop right into this normal, because we're not bitches. We don't do easy. I mean, I could do easy, but I'm sure people would yell at me for doing it easy, going, "Well, there's no challenge, you gotta challenge yourself, blah, 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 blah." Which, I mean, the game's not exactly challenging. It's like any other RPG. Once you level up enough, the game kind of just, if you follow the game enough to where you're fighting the fights that you need to, then you can just kind of skim by, because it's leveling you pretty much as you need to be. So, with this game, we're going to try to... I'm not going to really grind unless it's absolutely necessary. I know in the 3rd disc, whenever I would play it, that's when they take you to an area where you can pretty much grind. And that one was a bit... I think I would grind there a lot because shit started to fuck me up, like, really easily, and so I had to grind there a lot. And I know grinding in this game is really weird because there's no EXP. When you attack stuff, they give you, I guess, little, like, what we're gonna call them experience, but it's not really, because it converts. You know what would be a good description of it? Would be like in Dark Souls, when you get souls and you pretty much buy it, and that's pretty much what it is to level. You have to buy the new abilities. So if you wanted like plus 10 health, you have to buy that, but there's like a good 50 plus 10 healths that you can buy, so that's pretty much leveling up. By the way, they're escaping, it looks like. Oh, look at the little chocobo. I never understood what that was. Like, I don't know what causes that or what it is, but it looks frickin' badass. First off, she's standing on the ceiling. I don't know if that's just like because it's a Final Fantasy game and shit like that happens all the time.
Good for them.
Yeah. Good for them. We're gonna fight. Probably not gonna win, because out of all the times I've played this, I don't think they win. I might be wrong, though. Let me see. Let me think. What's the last Final Fantasy game I played apart from this? I did play 14.
Give me that.
The MMO on my PS4. I played that a lot. I recently slowed down playing it, and I've been playing other stuff. Let me think. I've played through 7. I played through Crisis Core. Crisis Core was pretty fun, actually. But this one, it's weird, I really liked it. It's just something stopped me from continuing, and I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because I played it, like, so much, I just kind of got oversaturated with it. I don't know. The main point is I'm going to do my best to play it, and play it all the way through. Being a Square Enix and a Final Fantasy game, I know this will take a lot of time to finish, as these games usually do. That and their cutscenes are pretty much full-length feature films in themselves.
Run! I've been away!
So, don't get upset if a bunch of plot points that are supposed to be surprising don't surprise me, because I've probably seen them a lot. But for the most part, I don't have... The ending, I don't know. I don't know how it ends. I know they've made 2 other games. They made Final Fantasy XIII 2, and then they made Lightning Returns.
Let's be rational now.
I don't know which order it's supposed to go in. I'm assuming it's 2 and then Lightning Returns. If I get through this, maybe I'll play through those 2. Yeah, you're not gonna hit me if you keep going that slow. Alright, let's get this active time battle. I don't need a tutorial. Thankfully, I can skip the tutorial and hop right in because I know how to play. So, pretty much... Oh, that is the first time that has hit me. Ever. Out of all the times I've started, this thing has never damaged me before in this battle. Oh, this is looking great to do that immediately as soon as I start playing. It fucking knocks me into the air. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. I'm not bad at this game, I promise.
Not so tough now, huh?
Yeah, I don't think...
Hey, that wasn't like a challenge now, alright? Hey!
Yeah, you're probably gonna want to get off that soon. Man, I wish I could do some of the shit that these people do. Like, these people defy gravity most of the time with the stuff they do. And then stick in the landing, Mr. Chocobo, right there.
This thing won't give up.
I don't think it's meant to. It's kind of a robot. This is where I do get hit, because there's really no way to avoid its attack, but you just gotta kind of kill it fast enough. It shouldn't kill me. This is like the starting battle. If you die at this, then you might as well just stop playing. But yeah, see, it does like a bunch of little single-digit damages, but it's not too much. Pretty much all you have to do is attack. There's really nothing that you can do at the moment. You haven't learned any magic or any special attacks. I know Lightning does have her Blitz attack, but that's just kind of an AoE melee, which I won't use until we start facing multiple, like, soldier enemies. Oh good, it's doing the wave cannon again. Oh, another good thing I love about this game is when you finish battles, it fully heals you, which I really liked, because it didn't do that in 7. You just kind of stuck with your health. And I don't know, I guess it sort of evens out, because with 7 it was a lot more out there with all of its stuff. Like, you could heal outside of battle if you had healing spells and whatnot, and you can go to inns. This one is more... This game is more linear. There's really no open world to it until you get to the 3rd disc, which I didn't play through. Because this game, it's mostly, okay, here's your objective, get to this part. For the first 2 discs, at least.
Protect civilians, soldier. I mean, you are sanctum, aren't you?
Like, you kind of go through and just... It's like, get from this point to this point. There will be enemies along the way, but you can still fight. Save points are kind of few, for the most part, until you get to a certain area. And then they seem to just kind of be around every corner. But I think that's because the part that I was looking at was more of a... Again, this was the 3rd disc. You get to a part where you're pretty much in a giant area where you can just grind. And so they kind of place save points, I guess, to save your progress, so you don't have to... If you do end up dying, you don't have to go all the way back and lose all that experience. No, I'm good with that. Because, like most Final Fantasy games, if you do die, you end up going back to the last point that you saved at. So, as per my usual, I would save a lot. Like, every save point is a must save. There's no arguing that point. Many and various enemies stalk the roads that you must travel. Upon entering an enemy's detection radius, the mini-map in the upper right corner of the screen will flash in warning. Coming into contact with any enemy will initiate a battle. That's another thing I like, is you don't have to battle. If you can avoid the enemies, you're good. Like, see, I could avoid all these guys. Like, he's got nothing, he's got nothing. What are you gonna do? But I'd rather fight right now. Even though at this point I'm not getting any experience. Like, your character doesn't get experience points for a while, I believe. Unless I'm wrong. Here, we'll see at the end of this screen, because I don't think... Yeah, I don't think we got any experience points from that, so... Yeah, we just kind of keep going. You don't have to kill people here. You can if you want to. Some enemies do drop items, like potions and whatnot, so those can be useful. But, hold on. Yeah, see, like, the health is right there, but it's... Well, you guys saw, when we were fighting the big robot, I was already in the red, but now I'm fully healed, because you heal at the end of every battle. Potions are more of a, you can use them in battle. That's pretty much their only use, because I know in the other Final Fantasies that I played, you could use those outside of battle to heal yourself, but like I said, since this one you heal outside every time you leave a battle, then you're pretty much good. So, it's been quite a bit since I've played this. Even though I know it's gonna happen, I still enjoy playing it. Oh, this is the Blitz where I can do like the whole AoE, it attacks everything. Which is good for groups of enemies like this. Because I can just do that. And then I can attack this guy, and hopefully Zaz will cover me. There you go. So, towards the latter half of this level, or actually it might be the end of this level, I think it might be the end, we will gain the ability to level up, and which won't really become a thing until we get to the grinding spot. Like, we can level up no matter what, but it doesn't really become a huge priority until we can grind.